know who had a party and didn't invite me?
No.
Doug Goodstein.
Oh, you're kidding.
No.
You wanted to go to his party?
Yes.
Oh.
I would have gone. I would have liked to have been invited.
You know, I don't even get invited. It doesn't bother me.
It bothers me. Why don't people invite me to parties?
Maybe Doug didn't think you would go to his party. Is that what's going on?
I know John invites me to his party. Sometimes I go, sometimes I don't. But why am I excluded from the fun?
From what I hear from E, that his party was more of a promotional thing.
For what?
I think Doug's trying to get into the throwing a party business or something.
But I would like to have gone.
Yeah, I think he's going to have them like every week now.
He's throwing a party business? Where is Doug?
That'd be more of a... Yeah, you know what he does? I mean, he's really good at it, but he manages to get 700 people there at the last party.
Oh, it's one of those kind of...
Yeah,
I thought
it's going to be people that are going to bother you. I don't know.
How does he get 700 people to show up?
It's like friends of friends of friends.
No, I know. Friends of friends of friends of friends.
I went. You would definitely not like this party. You know what I mean? It's like a Jewish singles party almost.
Oh, I see.
Well,
yeah.
Why not? What's wrong with that? Why wouldn't I like that? I like Jews. What are you saying? I'm an anti-Semite?
I was in the elevator, and I met a woman who works at one of the companies in the building. She's like, oh, Doug and I are throwing a party. So it's like 6 or 7 different people who know a lot of people.
And who pays them? The club?
Well, what they do is they rent out a space, and then, you invite people, and you charge like $40 a head to get in.
Oh, you have to pay to get in?
Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't have.
Okay, all right.
Did you go, John?
No. Because I didn't want to...
Who wants to go $40 a head?
Yeah, but it's not that, but just 700 people and all fans. And
I thought that he was going...
To have a personal party.
No.
And what do you mean they're all fans? How does he get in touch with our fans?
No, I don't mean it's like... I'm just saying it would be where you would be making a personal appearance.
I see. All right, okay. I thought it was a party at his place.
Now you don't feel so bad.
No, I don't feel bad. I'm glad we cleared that up.
And the parties at his place stink, too. You don't want to go there.
No, really?
No,
Doug doesn't know how old he is, so he's still throwing keg parties from college.
Yeah. Oh.
He puts a keg in the middle of the room and invites every guy he knows.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. It's always crowded.
You don't want to go to a party with a bunch of guys.
No.
And they all yell, "Hey, boy!"
No, I thought it was a bunch of people on Saturday night getting together who work together. And I would have gone. I would have. I might have. You never know. Sometimes you're not doing anything and you go.
Gaines, did you go?
Yeah, I went.
And was there a lot of hot girls there?
You know what?
Yeah, but it was packed with also a lot of guys.
Did you get any numbers, Ganji? Anything happen? Anything? Anything?
No.
Nothing.
Well, Ganji, nothing ever happens.
I was with all the people from work. You know what I mean? I hung out with.
You were having friendships.
I was with like the interns and
Cardinals.
Yeah, because when I used to hang out with friend Jackie, I could never get laid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
he doesn't want to get laid. He wants to be a priest.
Dude, do you ever get a girl's phone number?
I do occasionally.
Yeah.
And what do you do with it?
I call occasionally.
I call and then they become my best friend.
Cool.
All right, I just wanted to know what happened with Doug's party, that's all.
There was well, I won't talk about that one.
Please tell me.
I did get an invitation to something else. I don't know if it's happened already yet.
No, it hasn't happened. I got invited to that, too.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right, I didn't miss it?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to that.
Okay.
Are you?
Yeah. You got invited?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not going.
I thought it was exclusive.
I didn't realize it was riff-raff. Oh, look, Gary didn't get invited.
Oh, no,
I love that.
I did. I think I know what you're talking about.
I love when we get invited to something and there's one person who didn't. You got invited, Jackie?
That's sometimes the problem.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yes, I think so.
Fred, did you?
If it's what I think it is, yes.
Wonder who didn't.
I bet you Scott Salem did.
Oh, that goes.
Of course not. Who wants him there? He's a downer.
He's going, none of us are.
Right.
I need a place to smoke.
Scott, do you know what we're talking about?
No. We should ask Scott if he knows what we're talking about.
No.
One of the people we work with is throwing like a little party.
Uh-huh.
And I got the invite and I told him, yeah, I'm coming. And then you wonder who else got invited.
And you don't know whether to mention it or not.
Yeah.
Well, that's
you don't know who's on the list.
I got it. You want to talk about uncomfortable, something uncomfortable? When your daughter's got bat mitzvah, those, trying to figure out who's going and who isn't going.
Right.
And you don't want to say anything to anyone. You don't want to assume anything. And I remember, like, myself and the director of the E! Show were sort of, like, dancing around it one day, and he's like, are you going? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, but don't say anything to anyone else. It's just, you never know.
Everybody was lying to me because I wasn't invited.
I had one of those conversations with Tom. We were at the coffee machine one day, and it was like the weekend came up, and he was like, aren't I going to see, I'm going to see you this weekend, aren't I?
Right. That's why I hated those parties.
But it was
because I really didn't want to have anyone from work. But you I would have because you're my friend.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you go, well, if Robin's coming, I got to have Jackie and Fred, of course. If I have Jackie and Fred, I got to have Gary. Now Stuttering John will be heard. And I don't want, and really...
And I felt bad because I knew, like we're walking around and there were other people in the office who weren't.
And I don't really, and I really wanted to say to everyone, listen, this is a private thing for my kids. It's about my kids and me and my wife at the time.
allies.
No, things weren't even going all that well at that point.
Yeah, at that point, you don't want to invite anybody to anything.
Although you couldn't tell, right?
No.
Right, yeah, everything looked fine.
Yeah, everything looked fine. But it was funny because John's absolutely right. I kept, every time John and I would see him, I would just, try not to talk to him for, 3 weeks because I never wanted him to ask me what I was doing.
The whole thing was stupid. But you know what it was? I didn't want to have, it wasn't a station event.
But you can't invite the world anyway.
Believe me,
you want to cut it off somewhere.
What do you think about it? It's my kid's birthday party.
Yeah.
That's what it is to me. Right. And when do I ever invite people to my kid's birthday party?
I mean, she's been having birthdays for how many years?
My kids are having a birthday this week.
Oh, I'm not invited?
No, I'm not even invited. What? I'm not sure I'm going.
Send a check, but stay home.
Right.
Can I come?
I still say the biggest boner move is Gary not inviting Tom to his wedding.
I know. I still think about that. It still comes up in my brain.
That was crazy. You're sorry you did that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
He wasn't.
It wasn't. We just, it was weird because, my wife wasn't inviting any of her bosses, and I wasn't inviting any of my bosses, just the guys from work.
It described to your wife that she's been sitting on her ass now for a couple of years.
No, but it wasn't not looking to promote a career.
I mean, it wasn't like a work thing. We were trying to keep the list down because we were paying for it ourselves. It wasn't like anything it wasn't like, oh, there's Tom.
The first name on the list.
Yeah. Tom's the guy you got to face every year.
But it wasn't like, oh, there's Tom, let's not invite him. It was just one of those, it was a bizarre
Gary, just don't worry. I invited Tom to my wedding, and I still got the 4% raise, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, it didn't help.
How do you know you wouldn't have gotten 2%?
You had Scott the engineer and no Tom. That's what kills me.
But Scott the engineer at the time was probably closer to part of the family than he is now. I mean, Scott's barely in the family now, but at the time, we used to actually include him.
Right. Yeah. Well, because he used to walk around all crying.
Yeah, Scott's kind of removed lately, don't you think? I don't even see Scott anymore.
Yeah, either Scott has accepted that he's not part of us or doesn't want to be part of us. But
he's given up.
He doesn't come by anymore. He
hangs out with, he used to resist it. He used to not really spend that much time with the engineering guys. Now he's more part of them than us.
Right, good.
He got another group to go to.
Yeah, he's king of them.
Meanwhile, he doesn't realize I'm the guy who held on to his job for him. Not the engineering guys. He would have been long gone 5-6 years ago.
I can't remember when was the last time anybody here socialized with Scott the engineer in any way?
I remember the last year when I was giving that charity party, Scott got really pissed.
Oh, and then you had to invite him?
I invited him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but Howard, you know what? It's his own...
at your table.
I included him at my table, and I made him my date.
Wow. I've invited him to so many things. He never goes. I used to get him Christmas presents every year. He never returned.
Well, see, that's...
And not like he's supposed to return, but it was just like, all right, he doesn't care anymore. He doesn't care.
Well, he got pissed because he wasn't on that list.
Oh, here he is, chewing his gum. What do you want to say? You want to say something?
F all of you. Oh. That's all I want to say.
F all of you.
You know what?
Preemptive strike.
You're right. I'm just so used to it. I'm just...
No, but if John invites you to stuff, how come you like John's parties or even Jackie's parties? I don't think you ever used to come.
No, he doesn't go to Jackie's parties.
No, I've been to Jackie's parties.
Strangers go to Jackie's parties.
I would...
What do you do all day?
Nothing.
No, seriously, what do you do when you go home from here?
It's baseball season.
Oh. What do you do when you go home?
I got a lot of things to do these days.
Yeah, Scott, yeah.
Here's Dominic. Dominic, you're on the air.
Does anybody remember at Gary's wedding what Scott did with the Baba Booey?
No. What?
No.
Dominic, go back to breakfast.
Seriously, doesn't anybody remember when he got up?
He doesn't mean the Baba Booey. He means the hands up.
The hands up.
No. Ronnie and I had a plan that we told him that he should get up and start chanting Baba Booey at Gary's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
And he got up.
By himself.
We were goofing around, and we said, hey, during it, let's all get up and start chanting Baba Booey. And at the signal. Then we gave the signal, and Scott got up and started doing it.
And no one else did.
Yeah, right.
I was solo on that one.
They fooled me again. Made me the butt of their jokes.
He's the guy that you invite to a costume party, when it's not a costume party.
Right. Hey, Scott, everyone's wearing a costume.
That guy.
Why am I dressed like a chicken? Hi, this is Zorro. My wife is dressed as Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Why didn't you say that We should have done that.
Don't invite me to any Halloween parties.
Right. Or it's like when we all took pictures of our balls. And Billy was the only one to do it.
I'm so worried about that.
Yeah. We had this bit where we're going to take pictures of our balls, and Robin was going to try to identify who's whose. So I take Billy in the office, and I said, Billy, we're going to start. He goes, is everyone going to do it? I go, yeah. But you go first. And he said,
With a Polaroid
There's no
camera.
good way to explain how painful his whole area looked.
I know, it was all bright red.
He had like a hot air balloon.
Yeah. Exactly. It was all puffed up.
Oh, I can still see.
So he gives me, and he hands me the Polaroid. He goes, well, you guys are going to do this, right? I go, absolutely.
You know what?
We still haven't done it.
I think what happened after we saw his, we realized how gay the whole thing
Yeah, right. It looked wrong.
I didn't see how big his was.
I know. Mine don't match up to that.
Oh, no.
You need a wide-angle lens.
Game over.
Well, Rob, we've had this. You haven't been in the meetings. We have this bit where we're supposed to take photos of our movements.
Oh,
because
God.
Bowel movements.
Bowel movements, because there's a woman who can look at them and tell you what it means, but nobody will do it.
Everybody's waiting for somebody.
I did it on a digital camera. I looked at it and I deleted it.
Right.
Can you imagine? They invented the digital camera for that.
Yeah, of course.
Baba Duty.
Also, in terms of Scott, there's only one person that has more losses than Microsoft. It's Scott.
All right. Thank you, Dominic. You're so funny.
Nothing like the
He's
confidence of a
cracking
lawyer.
himself
Boy, I haven't seen Dominic in a long time.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh,
Just-
that's right.
you know,
Your life changed.
Yeah, my life changed. I don't have
He's
to
coming
see
to
it.
my party, so if you're there,
He's going to your party? When is that?
well, it's coming up in June.
Oh, well, you ought to give me the date.
I will.
Howard,
I've told you before, but
All right.
I won't bust Dominic on the air, but I called Dominic's office yesterday because I had to do something regarding the show. You know, his string of bizarre clients will never end. I'll tell you off the air who he was with. But Dominic he attracts the most bizarre people.
Time for a card game, I think.
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
I got some money to lose.
Yeah?
I'll play that.
That's right.
Did you get him?
Scott invited?
No.
No.
Oh. He
He
loves
does play cards. Yeah, he does come to the card games.
How about a weeknight card game? You think that's too weird to start playing cards at 5?
Well, then you got to end at 8.
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It's hardly time to get cooking.
How long do you usually play for? When you guys usually don't start till 8 anyway.
No, we used to start at like 6 and go to about 11 or 12. We need a good 5 hours for a card game.
Start right after the show.
I need about 10 minutes and I'm done.
Yeah. Scott loses faster than anyone. He's the world's worst card player.
Go and have a cigarette.
What is it, Benji?
Hey, well, I was wondering, am I ever considered on the border for events or parties?
No.
Never?
No.
Does it even ever thought about or like considered or?
No.
Okay.
No, we don't, you're too weird.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
He looks good. He lost more weight, didn't he?
Thanks. But so you don't even ever like think about, consider like maybe invite him or let
I one time thought about having you over to a party, and I just said he's too weird. Then it'd be creepy having him in my house.
He was at my party, right?
What'd he do?
All I know is at 5, he
He showed up in a dashiki.
and then he sleeps on the beach, and then at 5 in the morning, him and his girlfriend raid the,
girlfriend.
Well, it wasn't my girlfriend.
Him and his friend that was a girl.
His friend is
Girl
in
he's in
love
love
with
with him.
who wants a party.
Ate everything in sight. Ate dry spaghetti. Ate everything that would.
What?
He ate anything that was like, but not nailed down.
What's dry spaghetti? You mean uncooked?
Yeah,
You can eat uncooked spaghetti?
Actually, I can, but that's not really true.
What was he eating? He was eating like every piece of garbage that was in there.
The truth is,
Look, he loves
I actually didn't eat. No, I don't. The truth is,
The truth is,
I didn't eat anything, but she was starving and she ate, and I covered for it.
Why are you sleeping on the beach till 5? You
I
have
thought it
nowhere
would
to
be
go?
romantic
All right.
to sleep on the beach and everything,
And then, Howard, look
but
at
it
the
ended
other
up like
time.
she slept on the bench, and like she didn't want me way far away from her and everything, and I got totally cut up with bugs and everything.
The middle of the time he was at my house and he slept over,
That's
and
right.
then at 3 in the morning, I hear, I scream his head off, and my kid wakes up. I have to run downstairs, and it turns out he's just having like night terrors.
Oh, my
It's
God.
like, you are an a-hole, man. That's, you know what I mean? It's,
I mean, that just happened.
If he's having night
who knows if he's doing shtick, and if it's like
Right.
my kid.
You know what? He was doing
at 3
shtick,
o'clock in the morning.
so you would talk about it on the air.
I swear, okay. So I've been doing that for the last like 20 years.
What
Right.
adult has night terrors? That's a child disease.
No, we got a letter about it from a psychologist. It's not rare. It's about 3 to 10% of the population.
in your family.
That's rare, dude. 3% of the population?
I don't know. I just made that number up. But I mean, a percentage of the population has it.
How often does it happen to you?
I don't know. I mean, when I did have a girlfriend, she said it would scare the hell out of her. 'Cause sometimes you would just out in the middle of the night, we'd be sleeping next to each other.
Yeah, but Howard, why the one night he's at my house?
Right.
I think it's when I'm under a lot of stress. That's when it happens.
You know how it is at a party on a weekend.
It's very, he's nervous around John.
No, I was stressed out because I don't know, I was tired.
It was the night after a strip club.
Ah, okay. Who cares? No, you're not considered for parties.
Is there any way I can work my way in? You think?
Yeah, become another person.
Yeah, next time
Is Casey on the border?
But Casey gets invited to stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Casey's a good guy. He knows how to behave.
Shoo-in.
Yeah, he sits there. He's like a plant.
He's very quiet. He behaves himself.
I had Casey over to my apartment for a party, and he sat there look at Benji's whole face is caving in.
No, I know. Everyone knows who really bothers Benji, though.
His whole face caved in.
That Casey's allowed.
We're also having this conversation in front of Scott.
I almost had you, though, Benji.
But haven't you noticed when I'm at events?
Not me, though.
No. Scott, forget it. I'm sick of inviting you to stuff. First of all, you never come. Second of all, you come there and you sit there like a plant.
I was at Jackie's party last.
Yeah, nobody
You
noticed.
didn't have one last year.
I didn't see it.
Well,
He was
his
at
last party.
You don't add anything to the party. No offense. I mean, you can sit there all night and not say a word to anybody. God, are you depressed? I mean, really, he's just in a massive depression and nobody wants to be around it.
So much.
And KC is another guy. He just sits there like a plant. You might as well just have a plant to your party.
Casey worries the night before you.
Oh my God, yeah.
Hey, Howard, let me ask you. Do you invite Casey plus one or just him? Because he never brings a...
No, I invited Casey plus one, I think.
He never brings a date.
No. Yo, Howard, you're telling me I'm just sitting there, but dude, I'm always trying to be my best behavior. To be honest with you, I'm just a little nervous, you know what I'm saying?
Who wants you?
I want to be on my best behavior. I don't want to screw up.
Well, who needs you to be on your best behavior?
It's a party.
I don't want to act like a jerk, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so what you do is you sit there like a mummy.
I wasn't sitting there like a
And I
mummy.
sit there and go, you know what I gotta do?
He won't even speak.
What do you mean I don't speak?
You know what I was thinking of? I was thinking like, maybe I should just put like a plant in his hand, and like like pottery.
I don't know what you're talking
Give
about.
him a
I've been out with
tray.
these
He can
people
just
there.
stand there and hold it.
Yeah, when you're around me, dude, you don't talk.
What are you talking about?
Why don't you be yourself? Flirt with a couple of the guys.
We talk about all the time.
What?
We talk all the time.
Not at the party, you didn't.
Well, you were busy.
No, I wasn't.
You don't talk to anybody.
I was talking to you.
You never.
Oh, come on, Robin.
I don't remember you being there. That's how much you talk to me.
Well, that shows how much you like me.
Oh.
No, that's
I like you a lot.
But I'd rather have you than Benji, because Benji's going to do something stupid.
You know what's annoying? I mean, it's
And
a
you're going to
private event.
stare and everything.
You have a right to socialize however you want.
Right, and you stare at everyone.
When do I stare?
Benji's observing.
No.
I took you to scores. All I know is I'm getting a dance from a chick. I look over, there's Benji's big saucer eyes looking at everything I'm doing.
That was my girl you were getting a dance.
Who cares?
And not only did you stare at us all and make us uncomfortable, but when you were 280 pounds, you blocked the vent so we were all sweating to death.
And you sweat.
Yeah, he did me play-by-play, Howard. He goes, oh, I see that girl was, like sitting on your lap, whatever it was, and I'm like, what the hell are you looking at me for?
You know what? Hey, I see that girl sitting on your lap. Do you think they'd sit on my lap?
Yeah,
and think, dude, why are you looking at my lap?
Hey, she did that to you. Would you do
I-
that to me?
The next time I went, I averted my eyes. And it's hard.
And then that became a whole thing.
No, I didn't. I didn't. Ask
with the sunglasses.
You should be unnoticeable.
And I think I was.
No, you're not.
In the previous.
Everyone was. Then you show up with sunglasses. It becomes a whole Benji
I wasn't
thing.
doing a shtick at all. And
Right.
everything.
Sure.
And what I was going to say was,
It's black in there. You're wearing sunglasses.
Cheap ones.
I didn't like.
I've never seen you wear sunglasses outside.
And those big ones, the big, $2 sunglasses.
You can't
not be Benji.
The reason that's not true.
I tried to tell you guys.
The reason was, first of all, you got no.
You know what it is? No one believes you're going to be here forever, and no one wants to put them in no one wants you over their house.
What do you mean?
Because it's uncomfortable.
No, see, I'm going to have a party, and I'm going to have Benji at my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all right, well, there you go.
You'll be there
It's like
with
a starter
Benji
party.
alone.
But I'm closer to Benji, I
So you'll ruin the party.
than most of the people on the show. No, hey, you know what? It's a big backyard. It's hard to do damage.
Yeah. You know what's annoying though?
You know what? That's the thing. You got to invite me to your house because I don't have a pool anymore, so I need to swim. Do you have a pool?
He doesn't have a pool.
I have a big pool. You got a pool?
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, you got the ocean.
He got the
bay.
Well, if he had one, it'd be above ground.
I'm gonna have to come out and swim by you guys.
Anytime.
All right.
Love barbecue,
You know what's always kind of like rubs me the wrong. Like it again, it's your private party. You can do it any way you want. You have a right to have your own life and everything. But when you invite people around here, and then you don't invite some people, but then you let the people you invite say, "Oh, bring a date."
Can you get out of here? You're boring.
Really.
See,
Why don't you bring the date? I'm just curious.
Oh, I know one.
Why don't you? That chick you're going out with is cute. Why don't you bring her by for us to look at?
And we know her.
Yeah.
We're talking about your place the other night.
No,
that was two times. What do you mean 2 times? I was talking about the one time that we were there watching Son of a Beach, right?
Right.
Why didn't I bring her?
Yeah.
What? It was a night. I don't even think she was here.
You had an excuse, I think. Something.
But he locks her down too. She can't speak when she.
Oh, I'm sure he lectures her.
Yeah.
I'm sure he sits down and gives her because I used to do that on a much lesser level. When I would take a date to your house or to meet you somewhere or to be with the show, I would give him a big lecture.
Right.
Tell
him how to be.
I would just say, listen. Don't get involved in anything stupid. If you drink too much, don't say anything dumb. Like, I went to Ed Moyer's Christmas party once, and there was a sales guy there, and his girlfriend, it was his fiancée at the time, they never got married. She got me in a corner and started telling me how Jonathan Brandmeier was 100 times more talented than you, and sort of yelling at me and everything like that. And I said to the guy, I hate you and your fiancée. Leave me alone.
Yeah, right. Get her away.
So you don't want somebody who's going to make a scene.
Yeah.
No, I don't got to do any of that, Howard. You know her. She doesn't drink, first of all.
Let me tell you.
Who cares if she drinks?
Right, that's what he was saying. If she was going to get drunk or something like that and say something.
But how come you never seen with your girlfriend, man? Are you embarrassed?
No, you see me at work. At work. Because you see me at work. And that's
I've seen you outside of work.
What, like 1 or 2 times? And 1 or 2 times I'm flying solo. What's the big deal?
Well, let me tell you, that party I had, he brought the girlfriend. But Casey asked me 50 times, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to dress?
I get social
What
phobia.
am I supposed to wear?
That's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was just constant. And so they both came. Neither one of them said a word. And then they wrote me long thank you notes, the 2 of them.
Right.
I got 2 separate thank you notes.
Wow. You're making me think I'm like a psycho here. I'm not.
Dude, you are.
No, ask anybody who was sitting there. I was talking to...
Your relationship is stranger than Mayor Giuliani's and Donna Hanover.
I was sitting next to Neil the whole night. I was BSing with him the whole night.
Hey, how come speaking of that, Mayor Giuliani here in New York made a statement about that chick he was with, and he's saying that they're very, very good friends.
And her family deserves privacy. So you're banging her.
Right.
Listen,
if
you can't get your wife to show up when you're going to announce you have cancer, something's going on.
Right.
What is the deal with the 2 of them? They can't leave each other?
I don't know. Maybe it's a Catholic church thing or the kids
That's
thing.
what I was wondering. Is it a Catholic? Well, please. The kids don't know something's wrong.
They gotta know.
All of New York knows.
They haven't seen their mother and father in the same place in 8 years.
Matt, you're on the air.
Yeah, hey, how you doing? I'm a friend of Doug's. Howard, I can't believe he didn't invite you down, but you would have had an awesome time because everyone was hooking up. There were, like, people there who have, like, all their houses out in the Hamptons, and there were, like, tons of hot girls, and I would really get Doug on the air right now if I were you.
All right, thank you, Matt.
That's one of his friends who throws the party.
Right, exactly. We're seeing through that.